All right, our sincere apologies for that slight technical hitch. Now, once again, President Uhuru Kenyatta is today finally launching the Nairobi Expressway following several weeks of trial. And the city's first of its kind road has been in use by motorists and was closed last evening ahead of today's opening. It is part of the head of state's last project that he will be opening in his last week in office. NTV's Naomi Sampao is following this for us, and I do understand that the president is actually addressing us. So let's cross over and listen to what he has to say.
That during this trial period that has just come to an end, we have exceeded the number of vehicles that were expected by a higher margin, meaning that the returns from this project may be even achieved much sooner than had previously been projected. And for that, I congratulate our partners wherever they are. I don't know where they are. Hongera sana. Pongezi, thank you. But we also congratulate them for the execution of this complex project, which would not have been possible without the sacrifice of many individuals and entities. When this project began in October 2019, I did direct that an accelerated construction program be implemented within a target completion date of June 2022. I am pleased to note that the major construction works that were originally envisioned to take 36 months were completed within a period of 18 months. This stellar achievement is due to the enormous sacrifice and dedication of many parties. First and foremost, I want to thank all Kenyans, particularly the residents of Nairobi, who have had to cope with the inconvenience and the disruptions that came with the road construction. But our gratitude also goes to our partners, China Road Bridge Corporation, for choosing to invest and therefore demonstrating their confidence in our country, Kenya. I also want to thank the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructure, and indeed all other government agencies, as well as private parties that have been involved in the construction of this project. Your efforts in making this engineering masterpiece a reality and on schedule is greatly commended. Hongera to all of you. Pongezi sana to all of you. I would be amiss if I don't also take this opportunity to thank the government and the people of the Republic of China for the confidence that they have shown in our country, Kenya. Without their confidence in our country, private sector would not have invested in our country. So again, our thanks to the government and the people of the Republic of China. Thank you very much. As you also know, today we have commissioned the Revamped Nairobi Eastern Bypass, which we have expanded into a dual carriage. The Nairobi Eastern Bypass is a major transport artery that connects the Mombasa Highway, Nairobi-Mombasa Highway, with the Nairobi-Thika Highway, distributing traffic to the northern, eastern, and southern precincts of the Nairobi metropolitan area, and thus boosting connectivity within the Nairobi metropolis. The Eastern Bypass plays a major role in directing traffic away from the Nairobi CBD and thus reducing travel times in and around Nairobi. Since the Eastern Bypass was completed as a single carriage in 2014, considerable urbanization and commerce emerged along its economic corridor, occasioning a significant volumes. This resulted in severe and unprecedented traffic jams, so it was no longer functioning as a bypass, but rather as a main road. This ultimately would have rendered the road unusable as a reliable link or bypass for Nairobi. So therefore, the expanded Eastern Bypass, which includes 5 new major vehicular crossings, 6-lane dual carriageways at the busy sections of the road, will greatly ease the congestion that existed on that road. So, ladies and gentlemen, during our term in office, we have built more than 11,500 kilometers of new tarmac roads, which have increased Kenya's paved road network by more than 85%. And as a result of accelerated road development and maintenance, more than 70% of Kenyans can now access an all-weather road network within a radius of 2 kilometers from their homes. These roads have improved access to schools, to hospitals, to trading centers, and facilitated intra- and inter-county movement. My administration has also upgraded a further 408 kilometers of access roads and related infrastructure in the densely populated areas of Nairobi. So for the first time, in places like Uhuru, Kibera, Mathare, you do now have tarmac roads, making it easier for all citizens to be able to meet their travel requirements. The expansive infrastructure milestones realized during my term has been built on the foundation of hard work and sacrifices of previous generations. And the challenge of our generation was to boldly further their agenda. Where they built an ordinary bridge, we built a floating one in Mombasa. Where there was a single-lane road, we have built multi-lane highways. Where once lay a railway in ruins, we executed the largest infrastructure project in Africa through the standard gauge railway and revived 566 kilometers of the meter gauge railway. This has resulted in new areas of our country opening up, and as you will recall, recently we were in Naivasha to not only launch the link between the standard gauge railway and the meter gauge, but also to launch what will probably be one of the largest industries in terms of ceramic, aluminium manufacture, paper, in
President Uhuru Kenyatta right there commissioning the Nairobi Expressway. More on that story in